Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into a huge shift happening in the world of marketing. You might think you know who's repping your favorite brands online, but believe me, the idea of an influencer is changing right under our noses. And this story? Well, it all starts with a pretty shocking number. Take a good look at this. $10 million. Now, that's not the budget for a summer blockbuster or the price tag on some fancy yacht. Nope. That is a salary, a massive, eye-watering income. So the question is, who pulled that in? An A-list actor? A star athlete? Not even close. The real answer is way more surprising. That's right. The influencer who raked in that $10 million, an influencer known as Lil Miquela, who's done campaigns for brands like Prada and BMW, she's entirely computer-generated. She is a full-on AI persona, a digital creation. And you know what? She is definitely not alone.
Yeah, what used to sound like something out of a sci-fi movie is now becoming a go-to tool for modern business. These digital people are moving from the weird fringes right into the mainstream. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why this is happening, how the tech actually works, and what it all means for the future of how we connect with brands.
So why are companies even looking at digital people in the first place? Well, the simple answer is that even with all the power of the internet, we humans, we still have some very human limits. The difference is pretty stark when you put them side by side. A human ambassador can be incredibly expensive. We're talking millions for top talent. They've got schedules to juggle, they live in one time zone, and they probably only speak one or two languages. But an AI ambassador, it's a totally different ballgame. It's on duty 24/7, can chat in dozens of languages in an instant, and it costs a tiny fraction of the price. And to put that cost into perspective, a platform like Arjol lets you create your own AI video avatar, and their plans top out at just $149 a month. A month! Now, you compare that to the thousands or even millions for just one campaign with a human influencer, and you really start to see the radical difference in scale and cost. It's a game changer.
And you know, it's not just about the money and being available all the time. Managing human ambassadors comes with its own set of headaches. You've got to worry about keeping the message consistent across all your different influencers. There's always the risk that a person's reputation takes a hit, and suddenly your brand is caught in the crossfire. Plus, you're still boxed in by geography and culture. All these challenges are making old-school ambassador programs just plain unsustainable for a lot of businesses.
Now, when we say AI ambassador, it's not just one thing. The tech actually comes in two pretty distinct flavors, and they each do something different. The first type is what you could call a scripted presenter. So think of this like a digital actor. You hand it a script and a super realistic AI avatar performs it in a video. It's perfect for stuff like company updates, training videos, or product announcements, but then you have the second, much more advanced type, conversational AI. This is a true digital human that can actually listen, understand what you're saying, and have a real-time, totally unscripted conversation with you. And that scripted presenter model, it's gotten incredibly easy to use. With a feature like URL to video, a brand can literally just paste the link to one of their product pages. The AI scans all the content, whips up a video script automatically, and then poof, an avatar presents it. A company can go from just a web page to a full-on promotional video in a matter of minutes, not days. The conversational AI, though, that's a whole other level. It's a much bigger leap. This needs you to train a large language model on a company's own private data. We're talking product manuals, support documents, brand guidelines, the whole shebang. This is what lets the AI answer very specific, complex customer questions with real accuracy and act as a true interactive expert for the company. Okay, so this brings us to the really big debate that's swirling around this technology. Are these AI ambassadors here to help us, to enhance our own abilities, or are they on a path to just replace human jobs completely?
The argument for replacement is pretty blunt. I mean, as the AI company Arjol puts it, this tech lets brands cut out the middle person altogether. So instead of hiring influencers or marketing teams or even customer service agents, a company can just create its own digital workforce that does the job perfectly every time and at a massive scale.
And the business logic behind that, it's pretty hard to argue with. You look at the data from retail, for instance, and you see that most businesses that adopt AI are reporting major financial wins. Everything from lower operating costs to higher revenue. When you have fewer costs and more money coming in, that's a really powerful reason to jump on board. But then you've got the other side of the coin, the enhancement argument. John San from Deep Brain AI says it like this: we're not trying to replace human power. We're trying to empower them. The idea here is that you let the AI handle all the boring, repetitive, scalable tasks. That frees up the human experts, the professors, the researchers, the creative thinkers, to do what they do best, innovate and think big. And honestly, consumer preferences really back this up. A whopping 77% of people say they still prefer to talk to a human agent for customer service problems. We just crave that empathy, that real connection, especially when things get tricky. So that tells you right there that the desire for a human touch, it's not going anywhere. So it seems like the most effective strategy, the real sweet spot, is a hybrid model. Companies like Sephora are having huge success by blending AI and human interaction. They'll use AI for the first-line questions and product recommendations, but then they create these intelligent handoffs to a human expert for the more complex, nuanced stuff. So customers get the best of both worlds, the efficiency of AI and the empathy of a real person. But for any of this to actually work, there is one giant hurdle to clear, and that's trust. For businesses, this means being totally upfront when a customer is talking to an AI. It means making sure the AI's personality is authentic to the brand. And maybe, most critically, it means protecting user data and privacy, especially as these systems get more and more personal. So where is all this heading? The speed of this change is just staggering, and the market for it is absolutely exploding. I mean, these projections are just wild. The whole AI market is on track to hit nearly $250 billion by 2028. And the AI retail market, specifically, is expected to grow to over $45 billion by 2032. This isn't some niche tech anymore. It's becoming a fundamental piece of our economy. And the journey to get here has been so fast. We went from these kind of clunky early industry chatbots around 2016 to the massive public explosion of ChatGPT in 2022. So what's next? Well, think full integration with the metaverse and augmented reality, where these AI avatars won't just be little faces on our screens. They'll be in our virtual and physical worlds right alongside us.
Which really brings us to our final thought. This technology, it gives us the power to amplify our knowledge, our reach, our very presence in the world in ways we probably never imagined. But as it becomes the seamless extension of who we are, we're left with a really profound question. Where do we draw the line between amplifying what makes us human and replacing it? That is something for all of us to think about. Thanks for watching The Explainer.